Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Arisah Kertika and today I'll be presenting with my friends Mawaddah, Nurul, Syafika and also Aisyah Nadhirah. So we'll be presenting about the addition and deletion in the movie and short story Boogeyman. Alright, so let's talk about the addition of characters in the movie Boogeyman. So the first character is Tim Johnson. Tim Johnson is the main character in this movie. In this movie, Tim Johnson seems to be an ordinary person with a steady job, and also he has a good relationship with his girlfriend Jessica. However, there's actually a terrifying event that he has witnessed as a child, and it actually has left him traumatized until now, where his father was taken by the Boogeyman, which is an evil creature that lives in all closet worldwide. So until now, actually, Tim Johnson is very traumatized with that incident, and until now he's very cautious whenever he saw a closet. Alright, so let's proceed to the next character. So the next character is Kate Houghton. Kate Houghton is Tim's childhood friend, and they happen to meet each other when Tim returns to his old Victorian style house in the open country. So Tim returns to the old house because the psychiatrist asked him to do so. So yeah, he went back and then he met Kate. The third character is Franny. So Franny is a young girl that Tim met in his woodshed. Franny is a girl who wants to know if it's true that the Boogeyman has murdered his Tim's father. And then when he met that girl, then he went to the woodshed and he was searching for something, and then he discovers a file of a missing person list in the bag, and that documents left by Franny. And the last character in the addition of characters in this movie is Jessica. Jessica is Tim Johnson's girlfriend, and she was murdered by Boogeyman in the motel. Alright, so let's proceed to the addition of scenes in the movie Boogeyman. So the first scene in the PowerPoint is when Tim Johnson was on the way back to his house after a party with his friends and also Jessica. So on the way back, there are some incident happen, and he heard about missing children. There were police and parents who cried while sitting on the bench, probably giving a statement about their missing children. So the second scene is when Tim and Jessica's family were having a Thanksgiving dinner. Everything was perfectly fine until Tim has a premonition in which his mother tells him to return to his old family house, and then Tim awakes and will not relax until he finds out what happened to his mother. So that's all from me. My friend Mawaddah will proceed to the next addition scene. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mawaddah Binti Mutalib, and so today I will present about addition scene in this movie. So after the Thanksgiving trip with his girlfriend to her parents' house, so Tim has a dream where in his dream his mother told him to go back to his family home. So soon after that, he received a phone call from his uncle that saying that his mother has died. So Tim returned to the family home after his mother's funeral. So in this scene, we can see that Tim was returned to his psychiatry ward, where he grew up after his father died. So when he was wandering around the hospital, he saw a young girl who are screaming around and terrified of something is hiding in her shilling. So we can see that the nurse trying to calm her down, and then the scene of the camera focus on the shilling, which the shilling was slightly open. For the next slide is a murder scene. So first of all, in the opening scene, we can see that we have a surprise scene which show the main character, which is Tim, as a young boy. So his father, Mr. Jensen, said that nobody just home and just us before he was taken away by the boogeyman into the Tim closet. And then, as a trauma, the Tim witnessed his father was killed in front of his eye and then pulled in his closet by the boogeyman. So this caused the trauma for Tim. So in the Jessica murder scene, Tim panicked out and tried to leave his house, and then Jessica suddenly appeared in front of the Tim family house, and then asking Tim whether he want to go to motel or quiet motel. She was attacked by the boogeyman while Tim trying to get the ice. So after Tim back to his room, he tried to calling Jessica's name, but there is no call and no hearing from the Jessica. And then he tried proceed to search Jessica in the bathroom and found that there is no Jessica in the bathroom. And then he saw something on the shower and the bathtub, and then the bathtub become a muddy water. Then suddenly Tim saw Jessica appear from the underneath water and tried to gasping for the air. At this time, Tim becomes scared and bumped his head to the wall, and then the boogeyman killed Jessica in front of Tim's eyes. So it's become a trauma experience for Tim, and Tim tried to run out from his room. So becoming near to the end of the movie, we can see that Kate are calling Uncle Mike to check out on Tim. But when Uncle Mike came to the Tim family home, he was captured by the boogeyman. The boogeyman wrapped Uncle Mike like plastic like mummy. So Tim tried to fight off the boogeyman when he turned around and he saw that Uncle Mike was gone. The boogeyman took him away. So that's how the Uncle Mike died.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurul Syafika. So now I will talk about the addition situation. So addition situation is when the situation that's not included in the text version has been added to the movie version. So the first situation that can be seen in the movie is when Tim keeps going back and forth from his family's house and the motel. So we can see this in the movie when Tim stumbles blindly into a closet and then walks out into his family home where he found Kate. Another situation that related to Tim going back and forth to different places is when Tim went through the closets and ended up under the bed in the motel where he stayed with his girlfriend Jessica. So we can say that the closets and the beds are the portal that allows Tim to go to the different places. Another addition situation that can be found in the movie is the boogeyman kill both adults and children. So for the text version, the boogeyman only kills children, but in the movie, the boogeyman has killed Tim's father, Franny's father, and Mike, his uncle. And the boogeyman also killed many children, as we can see when Tim discovers a collection of missing children posters. Next, I will talk about deletion. So there are few characters from the text version of the Boogeyman that has been deleted from the movie. So the characters are Dr. Harper, the psychiatrist, and also Cheryl and Andy, the children of Lester Billings and Rita. So that's all from me. Now I will pass to the next presenter, Aisyah Nadhirah.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisyah Nadhirah Binti Mustaffa Kamal, and now I would like to talk about the changes in the movie adaptation of The Boogeyman. So, why there are changes between the text and also the film? So, first of all, different format requires different techniques of delivery, and which is why changes has to happen in order to create a movie based on the text. So, the text of The Boogeyman only has 10 pages, and it is not enough to create a movie that at least have 1 hour and a half, because a lot of other movies can be 2 hours or 3 hours, and which is why there are changes, addition that needs to be done in order to fit in a movie. And apart from that, the process of making a movie is much more complicated, and it needs a lot of work, because there are process of scriptings and finding actors and actresses, and it involves scenes, different location, and much more than that. And for the text, delivering story in a text, it has to do more with the narration. And but for a movie, it requires actions, movements, which means it involves a lot of people in order to get the movie done, which is why a lot of movie adaptations, it requires a lot of changes in order to deliver the content of the story. And number two, the text has an open ending narration. Yeah, from the text, The Boogeyman, the writer leaves the audience to interpret the ending themselves. And the readers might think that whether the boogeyman is killed, whether the boogeyman is Dr. Harper, or does Dr. Harper is killed by the boogeyman. So what is actually the ending? See, that's how it is inside the text. But with movie, most movie makers, they aim for a ticket sale, because a lot of audience prefer films and that has a definite ending, whether it is a happy ending or a sad ending, justice wins or justice lose. There has to be ending to a movie that what um, that that makes audience want to watch it, because for movies they have teasers, right? Like for example, the movie Raya the Last Dragon. In the teaser, they said join Raya to find the last dragon. So what attracts people to watch the movie is they want to find out who is the last dragon. So, but for the movie Boogeyman, what makes people want to watch the movie is because people want to find out what does the boogeyman looks like, and also what happened at the end. Is does the boogeyman lost, or the main character win, or the main character lost? It can be either. That's what makes people uh, curious about the movie, right? And next, the text is short, just like I said just now. The text only has 10 pages, and which is why a lot of changes and addition need to be done to create a movie even for the Harry Potter movies. The text of Harry Potters are much more thicker than the Boogeyman, but still they need to do a lot of changes as well. And in order to they have to do that, because for a movie there are criteria such as the characters, location, and all of that depends on the budget also, right? So they have to fit they have to do the changes in order to fit all the criteria. And because be, if the movie makers only do it based on the text, it will be very boring. It will be very plain story for the audience, right? So, and number four, the characters are limited. Yeah, inside the text there are only few characters. There are whom are Dr. Harper, Mr. Billings, and his wife Rita, and also there are three children, right? And for movies, in order to make a movie interesting, the they need more characters that has their own characteristics, their own personalities to make the story more appealing. So because characteristics of the characters are important, because that's how audience can feel relatable to each of the characters, and also the audience need more context about the characters inside the movie. Because imagine if they only use characters inside the text. Only the three children and Dr. Harper and also the couple, Mr. Billings and his wife. It will be, it is not enough to, to fill every scene and also the plot with the same characters. It is very difficult. So that's why they changed the text in. That's why they made changes from the text to the movie. Alright, now let's look at the deletion of the scene and situation. These are some of the changes made inside the movie based on the text. First one, we have the scene inside Dr. Harper's room. This is where Mr. Billings meet Dr. Harper's for his session for the first time. And then we have the scene where Danny died in his grave, and also when Cheryl crying when Mr. Billings tried to put her into a crib because she saw the boogeyman at that moment, and also the scene where boogeyman killed Andy. And then this is another scene that caught our attention that we think that deleted from the text to the movie because it is hard to interpret this scene to be included, and that's why they just delete this scene, which is the part where Mr. Billings found Cheryl dead, and where she also turned her skin turned black and swallowed her own tongue. The way the writer described this scene is eerie, and it is difficult to interpret the scene to the movie. That's why it is deleted from the from the movie. And lastly, we have the scene. We have the situation where Rita received IUD because they do not want another children after what happened with all her children. So these are some of the that deletion, which means the changes that are made from the movie and the text of the Boogeyman. Thank you.